Test.
What's my
March 18, we have a new kit, and Kim just had matcha. What did you think? Is it going to be on video? This is ridiculous. We have a new starter kit, which is totally different from everything else we have on the store. So most of the tubes that we have are 4 feet long. This one is 3. So that's a kit with different lengths, different accessories, and we played only with this yesterday because I knew that there were a few things that would be super interesting to experiment with, and we're going to show you guys what it is, what we did with it, and where's the cat?
Minou. So we have 3 feet Milky Way, which...
Milky White.
Okay, sorry.
Cut.
So first we have 3 feet Milky White that we mainly use outdoor, usually.
Yeah, that's the brightest one you see on the table here.
Another 3 feet mirror.
What's the difference between Milky White and mirror? They look pretty much the same. This one is dimmer.
Yeah, it's dimmer, and also like it's the light is more directional because I put a flashlight in it.
Yeah, so it's going mostly this direction.
There you go.
Yeah, and the Milky White is more diffused and it emits the light equally in 360.
And then we have 2 identical milky orange 2 feet and 4 tiny holographic tubes. It's basically our favorite.
Yeah.
Feathers, zip tie, connectors, 1 of each color, so you have a glow and a black. 2 half cap version 3.
Yep.
And 2 full caps.
And this.
Oh, and 2 flashlights.
Yeah. And so we started yesterday using only the 2 tubes in one hand, just like this. And one of the 2 flashlights was on strobe. So I was simply moving around Kim. Oh yeah, I had some caps.
We had one
black.
Full black cap on one, and on the other one,
a half cap.
A half,
and then
with a feather.
So as simple as this, I was just moving around Kim. So that feather here goes on the tube that is blinking, and this is why you see those funky things on top of the light painting pattern.
So yeah, he was simply holding the 2 tubes and flashlight in one hand.
Yeah, but the thing that I was really interested with yesterday was to use the 2 tubes just like this. We did that actually a while ago in Bahamas with 2 4 feet tubes. It was a super long shape, but with this kit, which is so much smaller, easier to travel with, you can have shorter tubes and still have a long one if you hold it just like this. So these images right there are created using this technique. So yes, you have a black gap in the middle here, but it's fine, you can play with it. You can do different shapes and you're gonna move differently using this technique. So you create things that are going to be new. Even longer if you use these 2 back to back, create a super long one.
Same principle.
Yeah, I tried it once yesterday. So I used these 2, that's starting to be long. These 2 just like this, and then I think it was the black connector.
Yeah.
Plus the rainbow. There you go, that's super long, right? It's hardly fit in the frame.
And for those wondering what these 4 lines are on the picture, well,
that's me blocking the light with my fingers. So that was intentional. But at the end, I got rid of this one here and I used a small one instead. I used the pearl, just like this. And I went dimmer so we can see the colors. That's super important. If it's too bright with the holographic tubes, it's going to be white. You're not going to see any colors. So if you're only interested in having the colors, go with a dimmer flashlight. But you still need power here to light up your subject, which is fine here for the other holographic tube because there's less light going through here. So you get colors in both hands, but you get enough light here to light up your subject. Yeah. Magic, right?
Yeah, so same thing, like Eric was holding both of the tubes in one hand, but then like in opposite direction.
Yep. And for this picture, I was not using a cap here. I was getting more colors by not using the cap, and I was also having this trace on the floor because I'm not blocking the light. So I could have used the glow cap, of course, and then that's bouncing more light to the subject, and you have more light on the tube itself. But if it's too bright, then you don't see as many colors. So you have to experiment, of course. We tried also to put an additional connector, but that's a bit too much.
Yeah, but you get like you get the idea. You can mix and match. You can put different tubes, different colors, or as well, like you did too tiny.
Yeah, too tiny together, looking like this. Mm-hmm. So I was just moving around Kim. And I did also a single tiny. I used the alien. So we did that yesterday with the wide angle lens. It was okay, but the best shot we had was a few weeks ago when we first started to work with the tiny tubes. That's a close-up.
Yeah.
Close-up pictures are better. If you're working with only tiny tubes, just go close to your subject, like this picture right here. But I did also a lot of pictures using only the mirror. I think this is the best combination from what you see on this table, to use the 3/4 mirror plus the black connector, just like this. So I did a few circles, a few waves around Kim using exactly this set.
Yeah, so it's a lot of different tools. We came up with like a few options, a few different visuals in one shooting night, but I'm sure there's a lot more you can find. Now the next step for us will be to try this exact same kit but outdoor.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Because tomorrow. It's still winter here. Well, let's get the cat for the conclusion.